Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have another design team project for BibleJournalLove. She's on Etsy and she also has a website, Bible Journal Classes. There are monthly classes and there are kits. There's Bible studies and there's some free mini kits that come with each lesson. So I made a one-page wonder. I want to show you how to make a one-page wonder that you can put in your journal or you can use for one of your lessons. This is, I believe, lesson 16 for September's kit, Renew Your Mind. This is Hear and Obey. So this is a one-sheet wonder, 8.5 by 11, that's cut down a little bit. You know, when you print and sometimes you have that white border around the edges. This is using papers like that if you're not able to print borderless. So this just opens up and flips open. I've got a little pocket here, a little journal card. I actually made another little pocket on the side of there to put another little piece of paper for more little journaling space. Little pocket here that I put another card in. And then this flips open. This was in the kit, this little pocket. And so added a tag, another little journal card for the study, a pocket at the top that I put a little tag in. And then this pulls open and I added another pocket. I put a little note here so I would remember this goes with lesson 16. I'm trying to put them in order in my journal. And then added another pocket and a little tag. On this little flip out, I just took the journal card and just left one side open for more journaling space. I saw a one-sheet wonder of a gal using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I'm sorry I don't recall her name, but I will link her video. Hers is a little bit different. That was my inspiration for this. I kind of changed it up a little bit, and I think my measurements are different because we're cutting the paper down a little bit more. So then this flips here. I got a pocket here. I think I showed you that already. I added a little bit of a gusset here, a little bit of a spine, so that this folds over. Now you could add a pocket to the back, but you could also glue this on your journal. Let me show you. So we can take our journal and just glue along. Let's just do it. Glue along. You can glue the whole thing down or just glue along the sides and the bottom. And just glue that right into your journal. And then you've got another pocket that you can put in. And this, you know, it fits in your journal. It still flips out and you have enough space there. So you got an extra pocket to add some extra notes in if you need to. So I'm going to show you how to make this, and we're going to use I'm using the lesson 15, Choosing Gratitude. I'm using that mini kit. So you're gonna need, and I will put these measurements and score lines in the description box. So this is one sheet of paper. And this was a digital that, you know, that the white edges, it had the white edges around the edge. I didn't click borderless, so just for those of you who don't have borderless when you're printing your pages. So you're gonna have one sheet that's 4 by 10.5. Well, both sheets actually, you're just basically cutting it in half. So they're each gonna be 4 by 10.5. So you're cutting just a little bit off of the width. So let's take our first sheet, put it on our scoreboard here. And we're going to score at 1.5 5.5, 9.5, and 9 5/8, which is just the little line that's between the 1/2 and the 3/4 line. That's what's going to give us that little tiny bit of a spine there, so that we can just to give us a little more space for our closure. So I'm just going to burnish all these edges down, and then, you know, this is really close because it's 1/8 of an inch, so I just fold one side, burnish that down, and then just kind of fold back one of the lines, the line furthest from you, and then, so then you have that little gusset there. So then when we close it, it's going to be like this. So then on our second sheet of paper, we're only going to score twice, at 4 inches and at 8 inches. And on both of these, you're going to score on the 10.5 inch side. So 4 and 8. And that is all the scoring. Put that away. And let's fold these. So I'm going to bring in, this is going to be my cover, so make sure, so the shorter end, which is going to be where we're going to close it, is on the right hand side. The larger end is on the left hand side. So we're going to end up just gluing this sheet, the one that we just scored on the 4 and the 8, on this little section here. So I'm going to make a pocket at the top, so I just want to glue on 3 sides. And then try to line that up, but be careful not to go over your score lines. And sometimes you have a little bit of overage here and you got to cut, but I think I did okay there. I inked the edges already with this Wild Honey distressed ink. Thought that looked pretty. So we're gonna, oh, I do have like a little bit over right here that I'm gonna trim off. This makes like a great Happy Mail project too, that you can put together and put some Bible verses in and send to a friend or family member. So I'm gonna cut a little notch on the top here for our top loading pocket. Just gonna eyeball this. There we go. And let me add a little bit of ink here. And then on this side, this is just going to be a little side pocket. So we're just going to glue along the top and along the bottom there. Glue that down. So you have a little pocket right here. You could glue this down to make a pocket, but I left mine open on the other one. And so I'm going to bring in our pockets from the kit. It comes with these 4 small pockets. But what I did is I took some of my scraps and I created 2 bigger pockets. So I want to layer them. Figure out where I want to put all these pockets. So I'm going to put one here, I think, and layer this. I mean, I could put both of them here, actually. Let's see. I want a pocket on this side. Then one of these small pockets here. Maybe we'll put the layered one. Oh, that matches too much. That's too matchy-matchy. It's the same pattern. Okay, so let's glue this pocket down. So adding extra pockets, it's a good reason to keep your scraps. And you just want a little more space in there, you can just add some more pockets. So let's see, we've got a pocket here, putting this pocket here. Okay. Well, this paper's pretty. Okay, let's glue this one down first. So we're going to have like a little layered pocket here. You might have to cut your journal cards down a little bit smaller for this kit. I think the tags fit, but I think that, well, the journal cards do fit. It's just a little tight there. And then another one here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets there. The papers for these kits are just so pretty. I love them. Okay, and I'm just going to put a small pocket on this side. I mean, we could glue this down and do a pocket, but I wanted the extra space for mine. And so on this back side, I'm going to glue a pocket. This paper, it's beautiful. I love it. It's from, I want to say kit 5, maybe the extra freebie, and maybe with lesson 5, I think. 5 or 6, I think. I'm still, you know, I'm behind. I'm new to the design team, and so I'm kind of playing catch up to get all of my journal lessons done. But you know, they're so, you know, it's just a nice little kit that you know, these mini kits that, you know, you can spend a little, if you don't have a lot of time to craft, you can spend a little bit of time crafting, and it's not a project that takes a long time. So these are the journal cards that come with the kit, where you can take your notes. The lessons are on the website, the Bible Journal Classes website, and so you can take notes. And the way these come in the kit, when you print them out, they're like this, and you cut them out and you just score it in the center and then glue them. Now, if you don't want to glue them because maybe you need more journal space, don't glue them closed. Or like the one that I put in the other kit, I glued it just on 3 sides, and I left one side open to make a little pocket. So I think I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the other one, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to glue this side down with this pretty bird. Kind of line that up a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see. So tell me in the comments if you're following along with the September Renew Your Mind Bible study. Robin has a Facebook group called BibleJournalLove Circle, which is a great place to get inspiration and to encourage one another. Robin also posts her, her lessons in those on that Facebook group. So I'm leaving this open because it's extra journal space. So I don't write really small, and so I need a little bit more room, but if you don't need more room, you could glue it down. You could also just glue it on the top and the bottom and then have a little side tuck pocket right there. So I'm going to take, the kit also comes with all of these tags. This is lesson 15, so choosing gratitude. So it's all about gratitude. Time to give thanks for what God has done. I think I'm gonna, let's see, let's put that in this top pocket. One thing I realized just realized I didn't do is I didn't round my corners. But that's okay. I'm going to show you the option of not rounding your corners if you don't want to round your corners. So when I change my lenses, I change my heart. Cute little girl there. Kind of a reminder of how we see things, how we view things. Actually, let's put this in this little pocket. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Amen to that. Let's see, let me put my journal cards in too. I'm going to put this in the side pocket. It just fits. You can also put it this way if you want. But it does just fits right in there. Really nice. And this one's our application for our Bible study. That first, then I'm going to put my tag, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. So it is a little bit tight in there. Let me take, you can kind of take your bone folder and stick it in there to kind of break up the fibers of the paper. Try not to pull up your pocket. But if you do, no worries. No worries. Just glue it down again. You kind of break up the fibers in the paper a little bit so that you've got that wiggle room. To put things in your pocket. Let's let that dry for a minute. This one, live with love, grace, and gratitude. I tell you, I know for me, having an attitude of gratitude, boy, that really changes my outlook on things. I just pulled it up again. Let it dry, let it dry. Let's go to our back pocket. We let that dry. Put this in our big pocket. And I'm going to put the prayer journal card in here. I'll put it behind my tag. I think one thing that would make these slip in a little bit easier is maybe rounding the corners. You could also change the direction of your print. So, instead of printing portrait, print landscape, and so that'll make the tags a little bit smaller. Round the corners of this one. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Thessalonians 5:18. Great reminders. Let's see, is that dry now? It's not wealth that brings us gratitude, it's gratitude that brings us wealth. So true. So I also, you know, there's all these fabulous journal cards in the kit, in the main kit. So I cut one of those out and I'm going to stick it in the side pocket there. Let's bring in some of the ephemera, flowers, bows, more flowers, gratitude. Let's see, what do we want to put on our cover? So this is getting a little chunky because of all of these tags in here. You could also put a pocket in the back if you wanted. But that's okay, it'll work. What are we gonna put on the cover? Maybe gratitude. This is where it's gonna close. Let's go ahead and put our closure. I just use these Dollar Tree Velcro dots. You could also use magnets if you want. These are really sticky. So you can see how you need a little bit of that spine there because it gets, like with all that we have in there, it's a little bit chunky. Let's put that down. And then I have some washi tape and I've got some lace. I think I like the lace for this one. So if you're wondering what to do with the extra, usually in every, almost every lesson kit, there's usually a page, 1 or 2 pages extra, and you might wonder, what do I do with that because I've already put my journal together. This is what you could do with it. This is one thing you could do. Gratitude, that might be a little bit too long. We might have to put that someplace else. Let's just stick it along the side here. I've been wanting to make a little gratitude journal. I've actually been looking for digital kits. And you know, I'm surprised there aren't very many out there. Maybe our heart. Pretty bow. And a flower for our cover. And you know, I've been looking, not necessarily for a kit that doesn't have to have prompts, I guess. I just, I just wanted something that had kind of like fall colors, and which could be, I suppose, any journal, right? I think it's so important to focus on things that we're grateful for. Okay, I've got a couple other bows here. This one, or this one. Let's do the longer one. And gratitude is the lens that changes everything. Thankful lenses reveal hidden blessings. I feel like that. Like, it's not until I really started focusing on everything I was grateful for that, I mean, I feel like once I focused on the things that I was grateful for and the things that God has blessed me with, the more I discovered things that I was grateful for. It's just like doesn't stop. Let's put that there. Actually, I don't know. These pretty flowers too. And bows. Cute bows. That's probably too matchy. Yeah. Okay, let's put this one here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button, and if you like my content, leave me a comment. Be sure to post your project. Oops, I don't want to cover up the bird all the way there. Maybe the smaller bow. I don't think we need my hair in there. Okay. Let's put this bow here. And you know what I'm thinking? This is in there too. I'm thinking move those around to give a little more space on the inside. And let's see. Oops. Part 2. My video cut off, I think, because, well, I don't have enough storage. So something I'm learning. Delete the 100,000 pictures I have. So I'm just going to do a little flip through of our one sheet wonder. So this opens. We've got a side pocket here, 2 pockets here, actually 4 pockets here, pocket on the top, little journal space here. This opens up, another pocket, and this can be glued in our journal or kept separate. So thanks everybody for watching. If you try this, I'm on Instagram at Daily Dose of Happiness. Tag me, let me know if you're going to try this project. Have a good day.